Hi everyone, I'm Z from Susan's family. Today, I'm bringing you a new design, the Retro Nostalgia series, the Cozy Neck Warmer. The scarf consists of the main body and edging. Start with a foundation chain. Work up the main body along the braid from the starting chain. On the last row, work and join simultaneously to the starting position. Form a tube. Finally, crochet the edging on both sides. Next, please watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet method. First, start with the corresponding number of chains. For this demonstration, I'm using random yarn. Some designs may require using 2 strands of yarn together as one strand. For specific yarn, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the chart pattern. Here, I'll be demonstrating with a single strand of yarn. Note, when you start your chain, don't make it too tight. This will make it easier for the subsequent crocheting. The sample swatch has fewer chains. When you actually follow the chart, start with the corresponding number of chains. After completing the foundation chain, begin crocheting the first row. Follow the direction of the arrow. Read the chart from left to right. First, work 1 chain as the beginning chain for the single crochet. Next, in the second chain from the hook. Pick up 2 strands of yarn and work 1 single crochet. I'm picking up 2 strands here. Three chains. Below, skip 4 chains. On the left side, at the 5th stitch, work 1 double crochet. For the first row, every time you crochet into a chain, pick up 2 strands of yarn to work the stitch. This will not be repeated in the following instructions. Next, work 5 chains. In the same insertion point as the previous double crochet, work 1 more double crochet. Three chains. Below, skip 4 stitches. On the left side, at the 5th stitch, work 1 single crochet. For the rest of this row, starting from these 3 chains, repeat this stitch pattern. I'll demonstrate another group. First, work 3 chains. Skip 4 stitches. Work 1 double crochet into the 5th stitch. Five chains and 1 double crochet. Three chains. Skip 4 stitches and work 1 single crochet. Follow this pattern to complete the row. The ending will be a single crochet in the last chain. Now, the first row of the swatch is completed. We will use the wrong side of the first row as the right side of the entire piece. Continue with the second row. This row is worked on the right side. Read the chart from right to left. Start with 7 chains. Turn to the right side. Work a double crochet in the edge single crochet stitch. Note: when looking at the wrong side of a row, the stitch corresponds to the V-shaped loop on the upper left. Work 3 chains. Then, in the large space between these 2 double crochets, work 1 single crochet, 3 chains. On the left single crochet stitch, work 1 double crochet at the same time. 5 chains. And 1 double crochet. For the rest of this row, starting from these 3 chains, repeat this stitch pattern. 3 chains. 1 single crochet in this large space. 3 chains. Work 1 double crochet in this stitch at the same time. 5 chains and 1 double crochet. Continue following the chart. Work all the way down to the end with these 3 consecutive chains. When done, on the edge single crochet stitch, work 1 double crochet, 2 chains. Then, in the same insertion point, work 1 treble crochet. That means you yarn over twice and crochet. Treble crochet is complete. Row 2 is now finished. The right side texture of row 2 is the right side of the entire piece. Let's move on to row 3. The stitch pattern is the same as row 1. It's also worked on the wrong side. However, row 1 is worked on the foundation chain. Row 3 is worked in the corresponding stitches and spaces. Work 1 chain. Flip to the wrong side. On the edge treble crochet stitch, work 1 single crochet, 3 chains. On the single crochet stitch on the left side, work 1 double crochet at the same time. 5 chains and 1 double crochet. You can see that the stitch pattern and insertion points in the middle of row 3 are also the same as row 2. The only difference is that the stitch patterns of row 2 and row 3 are staggered. Continue to refer to the pattern chart and work all the way down to the last 3 consecutive chains. Once completed, work one single crochet in the large space on the edge. You can also work a single crochet by picking up 2 strands of yarn. On the 3rd chain from the previous double crochet stitch. Here, I will directly work the single crochet in the large space. That's it for row 3. For the main part, you will repeat rows 2 and 3. After working a few rows, you can measure the dimension. If it differs too much from the dimensions marked on the chart, it's recommended to adjust your tension or change your crochet hook. Then rework the section. Continue working until the second to last row. Refer to the specific row count on the chart. You can also add or subtract rows in multiples of 2 based on your actual needs. Just a heads up, if you add or subtract rows in the main part, when you start crocheting the first row of the side edges, you'll need to adjust the stitch pattern based on the actual situation. After completing the second to last row, continue with the last row. Crochet this row on the right side, making sure to connect it with the beginning as you go. Start by chaining 4. Flip to the right side. Find the starting end. Note: always keep the right side facing you. Don't twist the entire piece. Slightly stretch the loop. Remove the hook. Insert the hook into the edge single crochet. This is equivalent to picking up the entire chain below. Draw the loop through. Then crochet the chain stitch inside the red box. This connects it once. Then work 2 chains. Next, on the edge single crochet below. Work 1 double crochet. 3 chains. Then work 1 single crochet. This single crochet should be inserted into both the large gap on the left and the large gap on the opposite side. This connects another point. Then work 3 chains. On the left single crochet, work 1 double crochet. 3 chains. Then insert into this single crochet, which means picking up the entire starting chain. Slip stitch. The solid oval dot indicates that the slip stitch should not be tightened. 3 chains. At the same insertion point below, work 1 more double crochet. Next, everyone continue to follow the chart and work and join simultaneously. Note: each single crochet should pick up 2 large spaces at the same time. The slip stitch is inserted into this single crochet. Continue all the way to the end of the 2 chain stitches. After completing, before working the final treble crochet, you need to join here. The method is the same as at the beginning. Draw the yarn through from here. Then work this treble crochet. After completing, fasten off normally. You can leave the yarn tail here for now, to make it easier to find the starting position. This way, the main part is done. Next, you need to crochet the sides on both edges. Both side patterns are identical. Just stagger them roughly. For the sake of explanation, we will choose any one side to crochet first, and the other side to crochet second. The first 5 rows of the side pattern are completed independently each time. After all the first 5 rows are done, crochet the entire 6th round. Now, please watch me demonstrate. The sample swatch here has fewer stitches and rows for demonstration purposes. The main focus is on the method. I will choose this side to crochet first. In practice, you don't need to distinguish between the right and wrong sides. This is the first row of the main body. This is the last row. In the middle is the starting chain. On the first row of single crochets, you can insert your hook here to join the yarn. Note that some colorways require switching colors. Refer to the chart instructions for specifics. I'll use different colors to demonstrate, making it easier to watch. Work 1 chain. Hook 1 single crochet at the joining point. 3 chains. Then, in the chain space on the left side, work 1 DC3 bobble. That means in this chain space, first work 3 incomplete double crochets. Then yarn over. Pull the yarn through all loops at once. 1 DC3 bobble is completed. From now on, we'll call it a bobble stitch. Next, work 3 chains. In the large space on the left side, work 3 double crochets at the same time. Three chains. In the large space on the left side, work 1 bobble stitch. After completing it, work a CH3 picket. From now on, we'll call it a picket. First, work 3 chains. Then pick up the front loop and the 3 strands on the left side. Slip stitch. The solid dot in the circle indicates that the slip stitch needs to be tightened slightly. Work 3 more chains. In the large space on the left side, work 1 double crochet. Now, the first row of this motif is completed. These 2 double crochets belong to the third row. Continue with the second row. Work 10 chains directly. Turn the work. Slip stitch into the first double crochet stitch. The second row is completed. Continue with the third row. Turn to the right side. Work 15 single crochets directly into the large space. After completing, work the remaining 2 double crochets in the large space on the main part. The third row is completed. Continue with the fourth row. Start with 2 chains. Turn to the wrong side. In the second single crochet, work 1 double crochet. Continue alternating 2 chains and 1 double crochet. Each double crochet is worked by skipping 1 stitch. Continue all the way to the second to last single crochet position. After completing, work 2 chains, then slip stitch in the third double crochet here. The fourth row is now complete. Continue with the fifth row. First, in the large space on the left side, work 1 slip stitch, 1 chain, and 1 slip stitch. Then work 3 chains. Turn to the right side. Work 1 double crochet in the large space on the left side. Continue alternating 3 chains and 1 double crochet. All double crochets are worked in the large spaces on the left side. Continue all the way to the last chain space. After completing, work 3 chains. Then, in this double crochet, insert the hook into the stitch and work 1 double crochet. In the large space on the left side of the main piece, work 1 bobble stitch. Work 3 chains. Now, the first 5 rows of the pattern on the side are completed. Continue working the first 5 rows of the next pattern. I'll demonstrate it again. Start with the first row. Begin by working 1 single crochet in the corresponding position. The single crochet on the chart points to a large space, indicating that you should work in that large space. Anytime the chart points to a large space, it means you should work in that large space. When the chart points to a single crochet, it indicates that you should pick up a few strands and work a single crochet. 3 chain stitches. 1 bobble stitch in the left space. 3 chain stitches. 3 double crochets in the left space. 3 chain stitches. 1 bobble stitch in the left space. 'Then work 1 picket stitch. 3 chain stitches. 1 double crochet in the left space. Row 1 completed. Continue with row 2. Work 10 chain stitches directly. Turn the work. Slip stitch into the first double crochet here. Row 2 completed. Continue with row 3. Turn the work. Work 15 single crochets directly in the large space. After completing, work the remaining 2 double crochets in this large space. Row 3 completed. Continue with row 4. Work 2 chain stitches directly. Turn the work. Work 1 double crochet in the second single crochet. Continue alternating 2 chain stitches and 1 double crochet. Continue alternating 2 chain stitches. Continue alternating 2 chain stitches and 1 double crochet. Continue all the way to the position of the second to last single crochet, after completing 2 chain stitches. Then, on the third double crochet, join with a slip stitch. Row 4 completed. Continue with row 5. First, join with a slip stitch in the large space on the left side. 1 chain stitch. Then join with another slip stitch. 3 chain stitches. Turn the work. Hook 1 double crochet in the large space on the left side. Continue alternating 3 chain stitches and 1 double crochet. Each double crochet is worked in a large space. After completing the last large space with a double crochet, 3 chain stitches. Then, in the double crochet below, insert the hook and work 1 double crochet. Next, hook 1 bobble stitch in the large space on the left side. Three chain stitches. Like this, the first 5 rows of the second pattern are completed. Next, refer to the previous demonstration, continue following the chart, and complete the first 5 rows of the remaining patterns. After finishing the 5th row of the last pattern, join with a slip stitch in the single crochet, where the first pattern started. After completing, continue with the 6th round. Work 1 chain stitch. Then in the same insertion position below this single crochet, hook 1 single crochet. Essentially, wrap this single crochet. Then in the first large space of the 5th row, hook 3 double crochets. On the left side of the double crochet, hook 1 double crochet. In the left large space, 3 double crochets. One double crochet in the left stitch. Then hook 1 picket stitch. Continue following the chart to crochet double crochets and picket stitches, all the way down to the last large space of the 5th row. Now, the first motif position is completed. Next, we will work the second motif position. First, in the same insertion position below this single crochet, hook 1 single crochet. For each subsequent single crochet, insert the hook in the same position below the previous single crochet. Then, in the first large space of the 5th row on the left side, hook 3 double crochets. Hook 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Next, in the 4th stitch of the previous motif, join with a slip stitch. After completing, continue following the chart to crochet double crochets and picket stitches, all the way down to the last large space, hook 3 double crochets. After completing the second motif, continue following the chart, all the way down to the last motif, before the final slip stitch. The last motif should be joined with a slip stitch to the first motif. Then finish the remaining stitches as usual. After completing the last double crochet, slip stitch into the starting single crochet, and fasten off the yarn. Now, we have completed this side edge. Next, we'll learn the other side edge. This side edge pattern should be staggered from the one we did first. Therefore, the starting position needs to be staggered. Here is the foundation chain of the main body. We find the third hole from the right. Join the yarn in this hole and start crocheting. Continue referring to the previous demonstration. Complete the first 5 rows of the first motif at the corresponding position. After finishing, continue crocheting the first 5 rows of the remaining motifs. Keep going until you finish the first 5 rows of the last motif. Then join with a slip stitch in the starting single crochet. The crochet method for the 6th round is the same as the side we did first. Everyone, refer to the chart. Follow the previous demonstration. Finish crocheting this side edge as well. Up to this point, we have completed the tutorial for this scarf. If you encounter any issues during the crocheting process, if there are still unclear points, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family. Support your handwork experience. Enjoy the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.